world is going on? YouTube, the line is open at 614-556-4535. Boom. Let's see if it pops up. Miss CeeLo is in the house. Hey, you was we sent out Miss CeeLo was up in the place sharing the African heritage diet. And man, let me tell you, she took a bunch of vegetables, she stir-fried them, she threw in those secret ingredients, and I went back to the table about 5 times. And finally, she just got frustrated and just said, "Here, man, take the get a plate, get a plate." Got me a plate, and hey, but I'm telling y'all right now, that's the first step to wellness. But y'all know that you are now rocking with the best. We are on Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I gotta wake up my anime. You are now rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Girl, what are you on this morning? Oh, you on that Sasha juice. That's what it is. That Sasha done been messing with everything, man. And so let me go and make the corrections. I wanted to say something for so you gonna rub it in. You should have made it blander. How about that? It's your fault. If it wasn't good, it wouldn't be gone. I gave people time. I gave them a good 20, 30 minutes to come around. They was moving too slow. It was moving too slow. I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want the African, I don't disrespect my culture. So I don't want it to go to waste. I ain't got time to be waiting for people to decide on what they want to try. Y'all had the whole festival. I was up on stage. I was hungry, right? And fed all them kids. I ain't had no cash left. We had the security popping. We had everything going. But we're going to talk about that. You are now rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I see you out there, Miss Lucy Willis. This is a Heart of a Simple production. And of course, you know you are now live on the Daily Toast. The only thing that we are doing is striving to blow up your old paradigm. Let's get it. Oh my God. My whole playlist is empty. That Sasha, ooh, that Sasha, boy. Ooh. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say. I hope this is it. That ain't it. We know that ain't it. Ooh, we. Sasha done went in and erased my damn tracks. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Now I gotta find the tracks. Oh my God. Well, we won't start with the water song this morning. Let's start with another song. Let's see. All right, let's do this one. Let's see. I don't know if they're in a recycle bin, but I can find them. I back up everything. I got kids. This ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first time around. Let's just sit right here. Let's try this. That's nice right there. Let's see if this is it. Nope, that's not it. Man, we gonna get the water song. I just gotta remember which one it was. Mr. D put together a whole bunch of songs for me, and I just got to find. Get it. Give me a second. I gotta find it. She erased my commercial and everything. Not it either. Give me another second, family. Let's see. Look like we might not be able to do the water song this morning, family, because I ain't got time, because I'm running out of track. It ain't throw up your fist. Is it throw up your fist? Alright, let me look on this track here. Man, so now I gotta sit up here and spend the show trying to find. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. That's what my babies do. Let me see. Grind time. Just nope, nope, nope. Shine the light. Nope, nope, nope. It ain't canon. Nope. Daily Toast. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. All right, family, I'm gonna have to go and find it. Because I gotta go through all my tracks and find out which one it is, because I kind of stumbled on it. And, I mean, that's how stuff get made, you know. Miss Amatu's up. She said, good morning, family. Second, ferment, strawberry, and ginger. 2 gallons. Oh, go ahead, Miss Amatu. All right, family. Man, I'm trying to do the water song, and Miss Sasha just tearing stuff up, man. I mean, I can't be mad at her. That's what she do. That, you know, they explore, they find, she experimenting, and maybe she might have created something new. We the family, we gonna do this. Where is she at? And we need to get her a separate. Listen, I done broke my budget is, listen, they all got devices. They all done had several devices. They want my device. It's my device or nothing. So, you know, and I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, she creating. You know what I'm saying? She trying to do something. And you know, it's a beautiful thing. And what makes it better, what makes it even better is that we got it so she could do it. I've been blessed enough where she can sit down here when I'm at work and mess up my tracks because she get on here and she starts imitating me, and stuff happens. Stuff happens. But she gonna force me to have to go back through all my tracks. Got a lot of stuff to download anyway, and it's cool. But hold on, I might be onto it right now. Mr. Deity, Black Woman, on relay. But the lines will be open. Tell you one, stronger sister, stronger. The feeling, Mr. Deity, that's not it. Well, no, I'm about to go through every last track and find it. But that's cool. So yo, family, you are now rocking with the best. So y'all know the water song. You know, we gonna have to do without it for a day, but we better do it tomorrow. So everybody grab your water. Anyway, we're gonna drink up. If you haven't already drunk, because you know it's kind of late. I was tired. You know, she must have did this. She must have erased this on Nia. Because after I did the Nia show, no, my fault, family. Sasha didn't do it. Well, my fault. Could she have done it? Because she was at the festival. And she was on my mother's in the morning. So I'm trying to figure out when she could do it. All right. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Move your body, drink your water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. So yesterday, family, we had a marvelous time out there in the front of the school. We did the festival. As my daughter would say, we did the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? People turned out. The DJs, DJ Kimmett was hot. Let's just say the DJs was hot. The speaker was hot. You know what I'm saying? The kids showed up for the talent show. We ain't get too many poets. We ain't get too many poets. Y'all wasn't representing. Y'all made Brother Hatim have to break out his old poetry book and start reading. But that was cool. The family was there. There was networking going on. We had vendors inside. We had vendors outside. And the most important thing, family, is that the rain. Listen, it was supposed to be rain, right? Uh-oh, Miss Heather's in the house. It was supposed to be rain, but what happened? What happened? We got a couple of sprinkles, intermittent sprinkles. And I'm just trying to tell y'all, family, this ancestor piece is a very, very powerful piece because, listen, we asked and we received, right? So now what we have to start learning how to do is learning how to ask. And I think that's what days like this is for, Imani, right? The Imani day, right? Because it's like, in a sense, we had something proven to us because we wanted to hold the rain back. Because you can't totally stop rain because the earth need rain, right? But we asked for a time period. Look, I said, look, give me to 8:03. 8:03. And when I walked there, the cloud it was gray, and I said, I looked at my watch. Well, I looked at my phone, and it was like 11:03. I said, just give me to 8:03. You know what I'm saying? We made it. We had a couple of quick downpours, but then the sun came out and made it extremely hot. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, in a sense, we got enough rain to make it not hot enough that people will run off. So family, it was good. It was a blessing, and I'm so glad that y'all supported. You know what I'm saying? We had people supporting from all over. Some people that even knew they wouldn't come to the festival still provided so that something could go down. So I want to thank everybody out there. I want to thank all my daily toasters. You know, where's my daily toaster shirt at? I'm sorry. Speaking of that, because I'm a daily toaster, I'm putting on my uniform. You know what I'm saying? Got my uniform on. You got to have your uniform on, right? When you do your thing. I would have wore it yesterday, but I don't have an extra one because I got to have one for the events. I will be having one soon, but I got one that's going out hopefully this week with the books. You know what I'm saying? I got all my books in, but unfortunately they got caught in the downpour. This one is the Player's Pyramid. We got Poetry is My Religion. We got Warrior's Handbook for Life's Journey, the Gye-Nyame Method. That's that Rites of Passage book. We got 7 Sticks, and we got my latest piece that I ain't even released yet. I don't think I released this yet. It's called Freedom Within Limits. Haikus by Hatim. Right? Listen, I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing with this. We got shirts, and you know what we just found out? That we put on an event, so we are officially a media company. You know what I'm saying? We are officially a media company. Yeah. And it's all because of y'all. We doing it. We build it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we actually got to see the principles work. We had Faith Active yesterday. Right? We had Faith Active yesterday. Right? We was on purpose. Nia was active yesterday. Ujama. You know what I'm saying? All the vendors that I went around to, they said, man, it was a good day. You know what I'm saying? They said it was a good day. I want y'all to think about that. The vendors said it was a good day. You know what I'm saying? I made some money. It was a good day. You know what I'm saying? The entertainers, man, the band was hot. DJ O-Sharp was on it. DJ Kemet was on it. You know what I'm saying? And we made it flow. You know what I'm saying? I had to fluctuate between security because we had young people doing the security, so I had to make sure they was all right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to secure the security. You know what I'm saying? You know, but next time we're going to have more people. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you on there, right? You know, so next year we're going to be a little bit more active. We're going to have more people. So now the next meeting, we're going to decide on what direction we're going to go. You know what I'm saying? Are we moving to another festival by the end of the summer? We got a camping trip coming up next week, and then we got one in June as well. So family, it's about to go down. So those that are interested in a camping trip, you need to hit us up. 614-300-1875. That's right. You know, it was too windy for my table. I've been checking everyone's video out, though. Keep sharing. That's right. And we had a young photographer going around, so I'm going to be posting up pictures from now until I go make it through all of them. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know y'all going to be getting pictures of the festival for a little while until the next festival. And of course, we building up to Kwanzaa. So it is a beautiful day outside. There's another festival going on Mount Vernon. The Willoughby's. On Willoughby Soul Veg and that crew, the Maroon Arts Crew, that's it, the Maroon Arts Crew is having an event on Mount Vernon. It's their grand opening. You know what I'm saying? So family, if you can get out there and support, because that's, you know, we family, right? So let's finish up this water. I don't even have a commercial to do my damn, now I'm getting irritated. And it's not Ancestor Flow. It's not Hotel. I need something to drink to. Intro to Freestyle Friday. Let's hear it. Y'all check this out.
We say that we must come to know the difference between mobilization and organization because the enemy will use mobilization to demobilize us. Mobilization is very easy. Very, very easy. Because since we're people who are instinctively ready to respond against acts of injustice, anytime there's one little act of injustice, we can blow it up and we'll find people who come and make some mass demonstration around it. Miss Sally lost a job. Let's rally. She will get a job back. People will come and rally. So-and-so got kicked out of school because the teacher's unjust. The unjust, the people who come and rally, they will come to rally in issues. And this is what mobilization does. It mobilizes people around issues. No those of us who are revolutionary are not concerned with issues. We're concerned with the system. The difference must be properly understood. The difference must be properly understood. Mobilization usually leads to reform action, not to revolutionary action. If we would look scientifically at the October 16 million and more march, we would see clearly that this was a mobilized event, not an organized event. We must know clearly the difference between mobilization and organization. One of the characteristics of mobilization is that it is temporary. Organization is permanent and eternal. Clear differences must be made because the unconscious can usually be captured around one-issue items, around mobilization items, but it's hard to catch them around organization. But these unconscious must be brought to organization. We must transform mobilization to organization. We say the enemy will come and use mobilization to demobilize us. Many brothers and sisters who've been to the million and more march will say to you, I was there. And what are you doing today, my sister? I was there. There weren't too many sisters out there, but you know, with a million brothers together, you know where I had to be. I was there. And then, of course, you find brothers, yeah, I was there. I helped you. What are you doing today, brother? If we're not careful, we allow mobilization to become events. The struggle is never an event. It's a process, a continual, eternal process. We say it's our job to use mobilization to drive us to organization. You know our theme is organization. We want power. We don't want money. We don't want fame. We don't want fortune. We don't want popularity. We want power. Power. And power comes only from the organized masses. Power comes only from the organized masses. Therefore, since this is what we're concerned with, power, and we're the Pan-Africanists, we have every right to be concerned with it. Africa, after all, is the richest continent on the face of the earth. Properly organized, should be the most powerful continent on the face of the earth. Therefore, our drive towards power is clear. We want power, and we can only have power through the organized masses. Of course, capitalism, a system which in deforming our thinking always seeks to make it appear as if the organized masses is some unattainable goal. Even the other day, when speaking to a sister who's been involved in activities over a period of years, she said, Kwame Ture, so when you say a mass party, what do you mean? I said, I mean a mass party. She said, but the APRP goes everywhere in England, they go in the Caribbean, in the United States, in Africa, and they always sing about a mass party. What do you mean? I said, every African in the world inside our party. She said, are you going to get that? I said, that's what I'm working for. And if I don't get it, my granddaughter's going to get it. But I'm working for it. Her disbelief comes from the fact that capitalism tells us that, well, you can be scientific about everything except human nature. That people are so different, they have such different tastes, such different la that you can't bring them together under the same roof. This is a lie. We will never tire of saying it. Capitalism does not lie some of the time. It lies all of the time. But it tells the truth. It's a result of a double lie. It's a logical fact. It's a logical fact. So capitalism has us believe that you can't organize all the people around the same thing. That's not true. You can organize all the people around one thing, truth. Now, what capitalism will try to make it appear as if the truth is not one truth, but anybody can have the truth. This is stupidity. Nobody's born with the truth inside of them. If they were, they wouldn't need to live. We come to know the truth from outside of us. Some people think that they know the truth because they were born to know the truth. That's a lie. You know the truth from constant struggle against lies. That's how you know the truth. constant struggle against lies. For example, they try to make it appear as if we Africans will not arrive at uniting ourselves even the question around our identity. Well, you may call some of them Africans, but some call themselves black, some still call themselves colored, some that's fact, they do that. But this is because they've been miseducated by a system which seeks to keep us divided, and this is the truth. This is obviously, we cannot be, all of us, so many different things. We must be one thing. Of course, for our party, there's no question. As for the United African Movement, we're Africans. End of discussion. End of discussion. This struggle is not an easy struggle. The struggle to go from Negro to black was a difficult struggle. Capitalism did everything to roll it back. Even had us confused. I'm not black, look at me, I'm brown colored. Yes. I'm not black, I got Indian blood in me. What nonsense they didn't have us say just to run away from the truth. We told them then, it is more difficult to go from Negro to black than it is to go from black to African. Many people criticized us for our efforts. Oh, in the 1970s, we had our last press conference. We said, we're going to put the word Africans on the lip of every African in America, and we're not going to use the capitalist media press. And we have done it, and we have not used the capitalist media press. As a matter of fact, the capitalist media press, in trying to stop us from going to Africans in America, tried to throw out African Americans. They did it. We saw the whole scene. It's our job. We followed it carefully. Of course, they want to say African Americans, of course, that keeps us exactly where we are. If you're African American, obviously you're not the same like an African Kenyan. And certainly not the same like an African Brazilian. And certainly not the same like an African Trinidadian, etc., etc., etc. But once you're just African, ain't no question. Ain't no question. You African, yeah, where you were born? Trinidad. You African, yeah, where were you born? Uganda. You African, yeah, where were you born? Egypt. You African, yeah, all Africans. Once you have proper identity, one of your biggest problems is solved.
Boom!
Mr. D.
All right, family. For those that don't know, that was Stokely Carmichael with the music mixed and created by Mr. D.T. in the background. I have to go on and find the toast song. I was trying. I said it didn't bother me that my daughter was messing with my stuff and it disappeared, but it's bothering me. All right, but yo, let's grab our glasses. We're going to do this toast. Lines are now presently open for people to join. My brother Shaka blessed me with his June. This is not the red, but this he calls this the shotgun June because he uses green shotgun tea. No, it's gunpowder tea. Green gunpowder tea. You can still see the life form floating in there. And what was crazy is while he was vending, a sister that I gave a SCOBY to came. She said, I was going to ask him about his brewing process. You know, then I went to say, are you a brewer or a fermenter? She said, well, I think I'm a fermenter. She said, what's the difference? I said, if you use heat, you a brewer, right? At least that's how we define it. Because when they in alcohol making, in brewing, there's a heat process that is used to help increase the alcohol content by extracting the water, extracting other compounds from it and remove it. But we just say if you boil the tea or you use heat, you are a brewer. So she said she's a brewer. I said, cool, all right. So we start talking and she described it like this. I said, yo, he using the same SCOBYs we use. She said, oh, we all using the same SCOBY. We family. I mean, even though we were family before, but as far as the lineage of the brew that we use, we all come from the same family, right? Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? So it's, oh man, I love when look. You can see it foaming up. Y'all see that? Brilliant brew, Brother Shaka. Good job. He's still in town. For those that, because I ain't got no ambrosia. I ain't gonna have no ambrosia for a little while. You know. There you go. You see the head on top of that? All right, because I ain't gonna have ambrosia for a while. Because like I said, it costs to throw festivals, and I had to throw my money in. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't just be asking. Because like I said, I feel hypocritical if I'm just asking, but I'm not delivering. I'm like, come on now. What kind of madness is that? We don't do that on the journey. I can't be a daily toaster and not toast. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell my kids to do security and I'm not being vigilant. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell my kids to work out and I can't work out. I can't make somebody do push-ups because in the journey, especially with the younger people, when you mess up and you say the day of the week you gotta do push, I can't make you do it if I ain't doing it. That's not my style. That's never how I roll. You know what I'm saying? In Gye-Nyame Journey, we got to lead by example. So the stuff that we want people to do, we got to do. I say a cultural stabilizing event is important. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that needs to be invested in. So I have to lead the charge. Let me be clear. I didn't pay my money first. I didn't have my money to pay. If I had it first, I would have paid it. But I made sure Gye-Nyame Journey threw in theirs. Then I made sure that I was able to get mine. And it was successful. I'm just going to keep going back to that. So now let's pull out the day list. Family, the lines are open so that we can discuss whatever you want to discuss. So we are on Imani. And for those that don't speak the language, that's faith. The demonic principle of the day is harmony. The M7, which is the Millennium 7, which is the principal system we use for the school that's based on Nguzo Saba, is trust. The color is red. The Hermetic law of the day is gender. If you was born on this day and you are a male, the day name is Kwesi. If you're a female, the day name is Akasua. All right? So, we are on the African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System from the Emotional Emancipation Circle. The first circle started off. Now, one of the goals that I have for this cycle of it is to make sure that everybody that's involved with Gye-Nyame Journey goes through it. So every other week, when we have our meetings, part of the meeting until we make it through this whole process is us sitting in on those circles. So one of the things that we're going to take the young people through, that we're going to take our warriors through, that we're going to take ourselves through, is the emotional emancipation circle. So we'll be meeting here. So on top of doing the math, on top of doing and breaking down the stories, on top of talking about the proverbs, on top of learning some martial arts, on top of learning the philosophy of Gye-Nyame Journey, participating with the rites of passage. Now, part of that whole process is the emotional emancipation circles. At least that's the goal. So if we don't get it right this time, we'll get it right in the next time, because we want to start plugging in all these tools, because in order for us to move to the next level, we got to constantly be striving to become better, right? So, I mean, like I said, I could sit there, because y'all know I could talk, so I could sit there and just talk to the kids. But what I need other people with expertise, like Kwame come in, and when he comes in, he tasks the kids in the way, or my fault, he tasks the young people in the way that he knows how. He's constantly dropping challenges on them. He constantly drilling them on making sure that they got the basics, because one of the things as far as mathematics and history that you have to understand is once you got the basics, once you grasp the basics, it's easy for you. It's easier for you to go to the next levels. One of the things that I'm noticing in the education process is that a lot of times, because teachers back are up against the wall and preparing our kids for this test, that they can't enforce the basics. You have a time period in which all the kids got to get this, and if all of them don't get it, you got to move on. When we all know that in learning, sometimes it takes time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to get everything, right? It's a lot of things that I couldn't understand, and until I started studying on my own, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I went to Lane School in Akron, Ohio when I was younger. And we moved from my grandparents' house, and my mom got an apartment. I had to go to Margaret Park. Now, this is a story that includes Imani, of course. So, now, I went to school when there was a separation between students. They'll let you know if you was in the slow class, the middle class, or the high class. And Margaret Park was it was a gigantic school. And if you go down the basement, if you went downstairs for your education, you were quote unquote slow. Everybody knew it. You would become pulled out. Everybody knew that you were slow. Right? If you stayed in your classroom, you was in the middle. Right? You was just average. And if you went upstairs, because it was three or four stories, and up in the very top, they had a class of the smartest kids. And I looked at that group one day because I was new at the school. I was walking through, and I looked at it, and I seen them pulling kids out, and I saw kids going downstairs, and I saw kids going upstairs. I'm like, what's up there? Oh, that's the smart kid. I said, oh yeah, that's smart kids. I'm like, shit. I started scheming right then, right? And I eventually got in that class, but I was in a math class, and I was getting a lot of stuff quick. So the teacher moved me up to the front of the class. I got to sit with him so that I could get different work, right? And we was dealing with not inches, but the meters and stuff. I could get all that. That shit was based on tens. But when we moved from the system based on tens to the old system where it's based on 12s, I couldn't get the shit. Right? And it didn't mean that I wasn't intelligent. It meant that it took me longer than the teacher. Rather than moving my seat, he said, I understand. It's cool. Boom. And he worked with me until I got it. I didn't get it right then. And what we got to understand that all of our kids don't learn in the same way. All of them don't learn at the same speeds. And we have to start adjusting it. And if we are talking about liberation, if we are talking about taking over certain segments of this country, of this economy, of this politics, because we should, is rightfully ours. We got to understand that we got to start educating our kids, because they might not understand the politics. We might not understand the politics, but we got to walk with each other through that. We have to at least put the effort to teach and expose them to it, because we might have a political genius on our hands, but we just don't know it. Why? Because they haven't been exposed to it. You know what I'm saying? But some of our kids, whether y'all know it or not, they know how to work systems. They love. I mean, it's like they know exactly what to tell you when they sitting up in a meeting to get what they want. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that. And we have to start learning how to harness that rather than getting mad. I got the perfect idea for you. It was, you know what I'm saying? And I got the perfect place for you. So we, with Gye-Nyame Journey, we're trying to build a place where we can start an incubator, where we can start incubating greatness, incubating genius. You know what I'm saying? And allow it to roast and hatch at its own time. Right? Expose them, because we got physical geniuses, we got mental geniuses, we got emotional geniuses, we got spiritual geniuses, right? We got intuition. I mean, in those 5 parts, some of us got range over. We balance them out. Some of us are advanced in other pieces, and what we have to do, we have to take time to find that, and that's going to take us having faith in our own abilities so that we can approach our kids with confidence. Right? And and one of the things that I learned a long time ago, a lot of times it ain't even about your confidence in you. It's other people's confidence in you. When Dr. Kelsey would take me places and he would put me on the spot, yeah, I was scared, but if he had faith in me that I could do it, I got it done. When Noma would call me up to pour libations, right? Boom. It didn't matter where my confidence was. I wasn't gonna disappoint him. So boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been put up on the spot, even when I was young. When I get put on the spot, if I can't get into my own confidence, I got into the confidence of those people that pulled me up. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the times the people that's pulling me up, they wouldn't pull me up to try to embarrass me. They wouldn't pull me up to try to put me in a situation where they knew I couldn't succeed. They knew that I could succeed. I didn't know I couldn't succeed. So I couldn't pull on my own faith in myself. So I pulled on their faith in me. And I made it happen. I made it happen. And we got to start, we got to start we got to start exposing our kids and stuff like that. My kids had to learn how to do security. They ain't the best at it. They all I had at that point in time, and they was willing to work. You know what I'm saying? And they got it done. They got it done, right? They don't know how to garden, but they learning how to do it, right? They learning. They don't know the martial arts. They don't know the Gye-Nyame salutation. They don't know all that stuff, but they're learning step by step. And that's what we do, right? So when we go on the camping trip next week, the next week camping trip is more of a relaxed thing. It's more like a family thing. So those daily toasters, those individuals with family, we going out there. It ain't gonna be as tense as when we go out there in June. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like us taking inventory of our equipment and stuff like that. Of course, Cleveland gonna go through his stuff. So I hope Cleveland is listening. Cleveland need to go and get himself ready, because this is gonna be the one where he get marched out. And since we going out into Deer Creek, you know what I'm saying? Because the raccoons out there are quite aggressive. So you're gonna have to be on your watch, boy. I'm trying to tell you, Cleve. You know what I'm saying? Deer Creek. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to be up, be watchful, because those raccoons, they don't play, right? All right, so I don't know how I got all off into that, but we are on the African Center Culture, Virtue, and Value System that's taught in the EEC. In Wolof today, the principle of the day, or the virtue of the day, is Joan, a sense of honor and self-respect, a kind ethics, goodness of human nature. And in Yoruba today, Oju Ona, originality. All right, so now, without any further ado, family, we're going to lift up our glass and we're going to toast the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We call that force into the room, even though we know it's already here. We call it into our lives, even though we know it already permeates each cell of our body. We lift up that glass by the creator that you call. You know what I'm saying? We call that, you know what I'm saying? We ask for that blessing and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the stars of the show. So let's get it. Let's get it popping. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Tex, Hunter Davis, Hunter Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walker, Chris, Fanny Gasson, Aunt Nina, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Hunter Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Toppin, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, Noma X, Pat Maya Rob, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian Luxor, Brother Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Cale Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Augustus Hu, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Trisha Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keats Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolin, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kendi, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails. All right, Gina's at the track meet. Somebody just called in, so I'm going to rush through this. Frankie Quails. We're going to stop at Frankie Quails for a second. Cleveland, yeah. Do you have access to your Google Hangout so you can make a call for me?
Yeah.
All right. Let me give you a number real quick. Hold on, Facebook. I need you to call this number, please. I'm going to write it down real quick. Sorry for the pause, because if he calling this early, I'm trying to make sure Gina didn't get hurt or something. So excuse me for a second, family.
You can just tell me the number right now.
I got to pull it up, and my phone, I don't want to take them off, so I need to look it up. Let's see. Why ain't it typing? What's going on? Hold on, fam. No, if I do that, I'm on. What's up, fam? What's going on? I need to get in contact with somebody real quick. So Facebook, excuse me. Here we go, Cleve. Here's the number. Here, I need to write it down because I don't want to just hear somebody's number on. You never know who's watching. I know who's watching right now, but I don't know who's going to be watching in a second. Go and get a call, 614. Get her a call, let them see what's going on. All right, Facebook had to step off. Need to see what's going on with my baby. All right, Miss Navita is on the line. All right, lines are open. Let's go back. We ain't get to sing Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie LeBester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland. Hold on, Paul Moreland. What's up? You call me? Yeah.
Hey, I was just checking with you. Were you still trying to do inventory with us?
How you doing inventory? You at the track meet?
No, I'm asking because if you're going to do inventory, I can take Gina with me and just meet us there.
Where y'all gonna be?
I don't know. I got to ask Sean. I think he said his stuff was at his dad's house.
His dad moved. So hit me up after y'all get done, cause I'm on my show right now. I thought Gina had won and broke a world record or something, man. Don't be calling me. All right. Peace. Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson. That was a brother, one of the good brothers. He calling, checking to see if we doing inventory. He was there all day yesterday. He went to a track meet early this morning, got Gina with him, and he's still talking about doing inventory. So James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Marie Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie LeBester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Lula Berry. All those that's interested in going on the Kappa trip, make sure y'all hit me up on the line. Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howell, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. We go into the pretty book. Man, the pages are increasing. We got Baba Naeem, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., John Dewey, and Ruth Beard, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Stratton, Joe Gilmore Alls, Albert Moore, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Vivian Stevenson, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lester and Rachel Saunders, John Bowie, Alex Nixon, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Aunt Becca, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Emma McClendon, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Jennifer Sensabaugh, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Phyllis Lee, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on. We toast the moment, and we ask everybody to activate your reticular formations. We are seeking faith today. Imani. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the future. We toast our children's children on to infinity, because everything we think, say, and do affects them. And it's our responsibility, right? It's our responsibility to make sure that we leave the world better for them than it was for us. All right? So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. We lift up our glass to all of our relations. We say Ashe. Last but not least, family, I toast the most powerful thing, the most powerful being in the room right now, and that's you. So we lift up the glass and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, and joy. Man, turn that down. I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. So the lines are now open for us to have discussions about whatever is on your mind. I will sit for a couple of minutes, but I won't belabor y'all if there's no talking going on. You know what I'm saying? But once again, the festival was a success. The festival was the bomb. And we are already, I already have people talking about, well, man, what we going to do next year? Oh, man, hold on. Hold your horses. Let me bask in the glow. Let me and the crew bask in the glow of success for a moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, cause hey, we was grinding, right? We was grinding, cause you know it takes a lot of work.
This call is being recorded.
Somebody join the line. Who this?
CeeLo.
What's up, CeeLo? What's going on? This is our African heritage chef right here. She threw some, I don't know what she threw up in there, man. I was like, yeah. And then she told me to eat it, and then gonna turn around and be like, you're supposed to leave something for, how did you say, why you set that trap up for, brother?
Well, the point was for others to get an opportunity to find out what vegetables taste like, you know. But at the end,
they was taking too long. They was taking too long. They was moving slow. You know what I'm saying? You don't sleep on the coach. You get a once in a lifetime chance, lifetime opportunity, and you just gonna move slow? What?
Well, the word was getting around. They had the children. Children were lined up for vegetables. That blessed me right there. That blessed me.
See? I mean, family, and we got to understand, we had a whole bunch of young people. A whole bunch running. I mean, it got to a point where I had to make an announcement about them running over the elder. Hey, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Don't be running through the halls. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great day. You know? But
you know what I wanted to talk about today is while we were enjoying the Malcolm X Festival, a number of our misguided fellow inhabitants of America.
Please don't. Are you about to take it there? I forgot all about that. Go ahead.
I got into several Facebook comment skirmishes before I even left out yesterday to come over there. I was like, so you all, I mean, I don't begrudge anybody marrying anybody they want to marry. Whatever. But the number of black folks that was gushing and schooling and reveling in the opulence and wealth of England, who, you know, I've had my DNA done, and they were my colonizers. Thank you very much. So I'm not so great on Great Britain, okay? The money, the wealth, the opulence that you all are looking at, clapping, applauding, and screaming over, you know, and then the other part about it that really bothers me is that our people act as though this young lady, because she was blessed enough to be handpicked by this white European, that she somehow got an upgrade. You know?
So let's use some of our training from Brother Wakesa. How do you feel? How did that make you see? Because because we got to be very careful, family, because we're buying into dreams and visions without really looking at the historical significance, like all of the opulence.
Who was dreams? Who? You know, they were so over the moon about this, and I was like, I have this one particular meme in my arsenal. I think I put it on Gye-Nyame Journey about the queen. She's in the vault looking at all their gold.
Right, I see that.
Where did she get that from? Where did she get that from? That was all stolen from Africa.
They was looting and robbing everywhere.
Yeah. Raping, robbing, and pillaging everything you want to name. It wasn't nailed down that they could get up out of there. So, and they said, well, you live in America, and America did it. I said, yeah, they all did it. They all did it. I said, but we are the only non-immigrants here. I'm just saying, I don't see what the party is about on y'all's part. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There were Negro pens actually hosting viewing parties, getting up at 4
in the morning
to watch this way.
We can't get them up to toast. They won't toast their ancestors, but you know what I'm saying?
They don't even toast their own damn
I woke up this morning, and I woke up that morning, I walked outside, because, you know, before I start the show, I try to listen to the news. So I'm listening, I turn on my car, and they sitting up here talking about this goddamn wedding, and I'm sitting up here like, yo, wait, first off, all right, I already know that some people couldn't make the festival because they was too tired after they, you know what I'm saying, after they set up and watched this shit. You know what I'm saying? All this, I mean, all the opulence, all that, everything that was there was stolen. You know what I'm saying? Their whole royal family need to go to jail for receiving stolen property because all that shit is built up off of shit that they took from other people from all over the world. Hell, I mean, I ain't gonna we don't even have to keep it in Africa. It's a massive amount of wealth that Great Britain has went around and took. And family, we need to be clear. When we talk about the end of the slave trade, because Brother Kwame, and let me say this before I get to that. Brother Kwame, we will have a tent for you by the next celebration because you sit out there in that sun, and I was wondering why you were sitting down in there patting and shit. I thought you just was chasing the kids or so. I didn't know you had heat exhaustion. So that's my fault, my oversight. We will have a proper shade for you next time. Usually you come with the big hat. You ain't coming with the big hat this time. But back.
Yeah, we need to have a water station or something too.
Yeah, that wasn't in the budget.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll donate it. I mean, but we just need to think these things through. That's all.
I'm just joking. We made the budget though, so we know we can do it. But family, you know what I'm saying? The whole piece is please realize. Like for example, some people go, you know, the British ended the slave trade. The only reason that the British ended the slave trade is you got to follow the money. It's because they probably wasn't making as much money as they could in other countries was starting to catch up with them. We got to be honest with ourselves. Stop playing.
They wanted to shut the door after they already got.
And there you go, which they always do. They always do that. Shouts out to Reggie Butler. Thank you for joining the conversation. Call lines are open, 614-556-4534. As he could sat at our, but Kwame likes sitting, he like being right in front. So I'm not mad at him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll make arrangement for Brother Kwame to be able to sit up front. So, you know, the wedding, you know what I'm saying? Even one of the things I was going to try to, avoid doing, damn, Shaka, that's some good ambrosia. One of the things I was going to try to avoid doing was even talking about it. But, CeeLo, since you brought it up, we're going to talk about it because the whole piece is that it sparks aspirations, right? And one of the things that hold us hostage is our aspirations, right? And it's like we aspire to be accepted. We aspire towards a certain level of wealth. We don't understand that when we're looking at certain things, like when we're looking at that marriage, if we even take who Morgan makes, whatever her name is, out of the equation and it was just him marrying somebody else, we got to understand that the money that's paying for that wedding is generations deep. This is why I keep on telling you. This is why I keep on talking about us and reconnecting with our ancestors. Because let me break this down. The money that was spent for that wedding is generational money, which means that it didn't come from this lifetime. It came from maybe 4 kings ago. So they still spending money from 4 or 5 kings ago, right? You know what I'm saying? Queen Elizabeth got money from 4 to 5, 6, 7 kings before her. You know what I'm saying? We have to start building up generational wealth, right? So now what we got black folks doing is trying to compete. So now I feel sorry for some of the young men that's gonna be trying to get married this summer, because you're gonna have individuals that are gonna be trying to compete with generational wealth in their weddings and spend more money on the wedding than the marriage is even worth. I'm just being honest, because a lot of these marriages, they be spending all this money and get divorced in 2 years. Still got payments on the goddamn wedding. It makes no sense. So part of the issue is the aspiration. They put this shit and they put it in your face and be like, this shit is possible. When in fact, we are not taking time to really look at where we come from. We're not coming from most of us, because some of us do. So, because people get mad when I say most of us are not coming from generational wealth. I'm telling you about my heritage. From my grandfather, I inherited some suits and a tie. From my father, I inherited nothing, as far as materially. Now, both of them contributed to me mentally and spiritually. But unfortunately, in capitalism, that shit don't spin.
Not nowhere.
You understand what I'm saying? So now, y'all trying to compare yourselves, talking about I want the tiara, I want a horse-drawn carriage, you know what I'm saying? I want this, you know what I'm saying? When in fact, it's taking your eyes off of the fact of where you come from. Because no type of magic is going to erase our history. We have a specific claim on this country, and because we are not taking political and economic and mental actions, we are allowing ourselves to be robbed.
Well, I was told by some of the commenters that jumped in the fray, first off, why are you being so negative? Why are you bringing that up? And this is the royal wedding, is not the time. I said, whose royal wedding?
Ain't that some shit?
And so they was like,
the royal.
They was talking about, America and everybody else has done that. You just need to, you live in America, so, why don't you just forget about that and move on? I said, see, there you go with that. But this is black folks. I said, why are we supposed to forget? The Jews can commemorate as many times as they want to. The United States pays the Jews for something that was done to them by another country. Mm-hmm. So, where are reparations? There's that money right there. Y'all looking at it. Y'all celebrating. Y'all defending. Y'all oppressors. Y'all something else.
See, and the piece, don't get mad at them, sister, for they know not what they do.
I'm not mad at them. I just told them, because they were asking me why I was being so negative. And
negative.
I was mad about what
See, hold on.
I said, I'm not holding on to nothing. I ain't never forgot it.
But you know what?
I want to forget it.
What we need to do is we do need to be, when they be like, why are you so negative? Why because I'm starting to embrace
truth. I don't know if y'all don't like it or
there you go.
The word is called truth. It's not being
start embracing it, because what we need to start, what I'm thinking about starting with Gye-Nyame Journey is a DOS, and this is gonna sound crazy, a Descendants of Slave or Enslaved People Registry, right? Because I want all those motherfuckers who are satisfied with what they got right now, right? I don't want them to be able to claim shit, because we're going to push through and we're going to get these reparations. I want you to be happy where you are, because when reparations come and it's easy, that's when everybody going to jump on it. I don't want the Moors to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Sovereign citizens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's claiming everything but African and coming from the struggle white people. You don't get shit. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't need it. Y'all good with
y'all good. You good with your sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? You good with your claims. But as a people, we have a specific claim. And the piece that the piece that the wedding brings up for me is whenever, and I want y'all to understand this. Right? Y'all need to understand this. Nobody ever wants to be reminded about a debt. Nobody ever wants to be reminded about a debt. Whenever you start talking to them about a debt, you know what they say? Now is not the time. You know what I'm saying? We always got to change the subject. But we're quick to address everybody else's issues but ours, which is the true American-made issue. It's the root cause of all of the madness in America right now. But nobody wants to address it. Brother Kwame said the parents of a Caucasoid woman spent 10 grand for an engagement party for a wedding that never happened. This was with a brother-in-law and not my wife's brother. Right? So it's like, we got to understand, these people got generational money. They're spending your grandparents' money. They're spending money that your grandparents didn't have an opportunity to compete, to compete to get. And this is what we have to understand. We got to understand that many black folks live where they live, not because they wanted to live around black folks, but because they had no choice but to buy the house there. Why? Because of redlining. We got to understand that your grandfather was not able to do what Ford was able to do. Your grandfather was not able to come up like the Rockefellers. Your family was not able to do like the Carnegie because they was not allowed to compete. Not only were they not allowed to compete, they could even barely get the jobs that was necessary to even do that, or even have access to the starting capital to do some of that stuff. All that shit was promised to somebody else. And now I'm supposed to look at this wedding and get excited and say some shit. Well, the royal wedding, that ain't what? Royal to who? And if you're saying that, I have to look at you. I ain't gonna give you the side eye. I'm just gonna walk away from you because who are they royal to? I'm sorry. Go ahead, CeeLo.
No, I was wanting to ask if anybody got to see I guess it was a black bishop that spoke at the wedding, and they, and most of these people are white Jesus lovers. So I got to preface it with that they were so, I guess, hallelujah, happy about him, whatever it was he said. I don't know what it was because I didn't see it. But, I just feel like you all have accepted your own inferiority and have elevated these people. And part of Christianity is accepting that inferiority. When you make a white, your God is white, he's your superior being and supreme being. So you've accepted and subjugated your black African to this white deity.
Now check this out.
So these people, the majority of ones that I was going at it with, are dope. In fact, one of them, the leader, it was his page, his post, he goes to First Church of God. So I used to work with him. I know it. So, okay, so I get that their orientation as far as their own race is jacked up. They don't even understand. They don't even know that they don't even love themselves. So it was for them to come at me like that, but they were like, oh, this should be a great speech about, I don't know, I guess it was about race relations. I don't know what it was, but does anybody on the call have any points of reference about that?
Kwame said he wanted to stress the fact that it was not his wife's brother that somebody that was going to marry a West Asian. Kwame says, I'm not speaking of anything that happened on May 19, 2018, but the Malcolm X Festival, that was an exceptional success. Hey, Kwame, I was trying to keep it there, but family, this is Gye-Nyame Journey. We talk about what the family want to talk about.
Well, we can talk about what everybody else wants to talk about. I'm done. I got it.
No, we ain't done with that because I want to bring it home a little bit. I want to bring it just a little bit closer, right? Because hold on, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. All right, here you go, family. Let's bring it a little bit closer, right? Now, when somebody addresses you and be like the royal wedding, right? This means that you have accepted your subjugation to this crown. I'm just saying, it was just a wedding. You know what I'm saying? It was just a wedding.
No. One of the last comments was, oh no, you're going to change the world. See, it's all about love. And I'm like,
no,
I said that is not going to help. Not anything for you as a black man in America, economically, politically, culturally, socially, nothing.
Listen,
it ain't gonna stop the cops from pulling you over or gunning you
down.
Not.
As a matter of fact,
change the world for you. Seriously.
As a matter of fact, it might even push it. Right now, but what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, because we move it directly up to the white Jesus. I'm talking. I want to connect it home with where people are now. See, because if me and you was to get up, We was walking down the street and we ran into this William guy. I think that's his name. They call him Prince. For you to recognize that and to deal with him as a prince is you subjecting yourself to him. And now, what makes somebody royal? What makes them royal is that, in a sense, there is now if we go back and we look at the so-called black nobility, we look at the bloodline. In ancient traditions, the king or the queen was a divine person. Somebody, in a sense, was related to the gods. So now, when we start talking about the royal wedding, this is a wedding that's above man. This is something that is special. And is what you're saying. What you're saying is that you're subjecting yourself to their rule, which is a little bit more offensive to me. Because, I mean, I don't owe them shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't pay taxes to them. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't subjected to that shit over there is that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? And people was up at 4 a.m. to go and worship. Because that's what it was. To go and worship the royal wedding.
Yep. Royal.
That's what it was. There was worship. It was worship, and you was amazed. I mean, because it was a ritual, family. Do y'all not understand that? A wedding is a ritual. It's the tying together of two different parties. What parties was being tied to? What was the message being sent out? The reason you throw an opulent wedding is not to satisfy the bride. It's not to satisfy the groom. It's not to satisfy the families, but to show everybody else something. You understand what I'm saying? You do an extravagant wedding to send a message. What was the message being sent? And then on top of that, when the prices in America for everything is going up, y'all talking about y'all want horse-drawn carriages. Let's be honest about it, family. How much is the average black family worth? Actually, let's to bring it on. How much is your family worth? You talking about you want a horse-drawn carriage. You want a tiara. We're just going to think this shit up. No. Diamonds for tiaras need to be dug up. And the land that need to be dug up on has to be owned by somebody. Now, do you know some black folks with land? Do you know something that's going to give your ass some free diamonds for your tiara? We got to be real about this. You know what I'm saying? The metal for the tiara comes from somewhere. It's on somebody's territory. Do we have that territory? So, baby, until we get the diamond mine, until we get the land where we producing the metal, you'll never have the goddamn crown. Because you're going to have to get in. We look at the term Satan, and we look at all this. This is what's supposed to be going on. You are supposed to be amazed and dazzled and befuddled and confused. It ain't even your fault. Grab the few tribe members that I got, and we're going to continue building. And you can go on and look at the opulence, and you could go on and review this tomorrow. And you could go on and you know what I'm saying, and stay in your dreamland. But like I said, when it's time for us to claim the prize, get the fuck out of my way, because you over there, why I got the work is eating first. The ones out here, we eating first.
Right. Now, switching gears a little bit then, because, let's just move to then, okay, so we've had our cultural stabilizer and our stabilizing event, and we really, it was a tremendous success. So what are those things that we need to start focusing on and putting energy to that will bring us closer to addressing some of our issues and ills and moving us towards, continuing to fight for what's ours?
Now, right now on the agenda, we got 2 major camping trips coming up. It's a possibility that we have a Marcus Garvey celebration that's coming up as well, and in August. And like I said, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk. We gotta talk about refining and unifying this tribe here in Columbus, so that we can actually really start. Because we as a group here in Columbus, we got a lot of stuff going on, but we moving in different directions, and we got a lot of crazy shit going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't even mind everybody working on their own thing, but we need to know so that we can support. All right, but hold on. Somebody else on the line. Who else on the line? Who this?
It's Mr. Navita.
What's up, Navita? What's going on?
What's going on with y'all? Sure, same doing it.
We just sitting, we chopping up his next bill. First, we was talking about the wedding that just went down.
Yeah, that so-called royal wedding. I gotcha.
Brother Kwame say, calling a royal wedding is like referencing the Macedonian as Alexander the Great rather than the Greek. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's sort of, I mean, because when you study history, you get to know these things. Like, you know, people talk about Alexander, you know, as a Greek, but he wasn't even Greek. He was Macedonian. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be like, what? What was Macedon? Macedonian was the ones that took over Greece. Did you know that? No. They rolled down and took over Greece. I mean, but that don't even matter. But go ahead. Navita, you called in for a reason. You got something on your mind. You ain't just called for
I just want to I'm about to step back into the Malcolm X Festival for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know, whoever's tuning in, I want to thank everybody for the support and their donations, because when we put these events on, these events are community-funded events. These are not, we don't have city sponsors and stuff like that. It is between the Tawi Family Village and the community. This is how this festival became a success. And I was thinking maybe in the future, since the people came through on the money side of the game, maybe we should call it the Malcolm X Community Festival.
Ooh.
Because the community, we can't do it without this community. Y'all came through on the funding and the participation of the people that came. You know, it really
came through big time. Success. Came through big time. And now that they know that it can happen, gonna come through even more. Cause family, do y'all even understand? I mean, check this out. Those that didn't have opportunity to come to the festival, there was all of the principles of Kwanzaa in action at the festival. You know what I'm saying? We talk about black business, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Because one of the things we got to understand, like, right, check this out. A lot of black businesses don't have money for a location. But we provided a location for an 8-hour period for somebody to conduct business. And a lot of people conducted business right there. So maybe one of the things we might need to work on is creating a marketplace for people to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Being able to do that on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all realize?
Yeah, we can do a like how they do a first Saturday every month. And people could come to the African marketplace and vend with other African vendors.
And the people that be wanting that stuff can get it, cause you know I'm not the only one that woke up one day and on a Kaumba and discovered that I was out of shea butter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I've had people already respond to me today wanting to vend next year.
Say that again, Navita.
I had people who have called me today wanting to vend next year. One person in particular, I had asked them to, and they really didn't want to, but they
changed their mind, right?
They want to, but I'm like, that's all right. We got it covered next year already.
Right.
We got it covered, so.
You know what I'm saying? But you was about to say something, CeeLo?
Well, okay, so we should do that. And start it maybe on like Navita said, on a once-a-month basis, but why don't we have a permanent market? It can incorporate like a farmer's market,
right,
or the other vendors and products, because
right,
you know we a lot of the inner city it's become a food desert. We're talking about, you know, culturally appropriate diet. You know, we need to have a farmer's market. There used to be North Market, East Market, all these different markets in Columbus. Why the North Market is the only one to survive is the whole, you know, a long political story, I guess.
Right, it is. There you go. But you got into
before I got here. But why don't we work towards that? If we have to start once a month, that's great.
We already. I'm waiting for y'all. We got the space.
Yeah, we got every people have to catch up to where we are. But like you said, we start off once a month, and we can pace ourselves and get our word out and see if we could then increase it to if we need be twice a month, and if it's enough a response, we could do a everyday market.
What we ultimately need to do is work towards having a building.
Well,
right. That's what we ultimately need to go.
Check this out.
And also back to what you began with, in terms of it being a community festival, we need to find another organization or start one to put it under. Because the 501c3 being the Taiwi Village means that people have to give to the Taiwi Village in order to give, and it be tax deductible. Unfortunately, there are a number of people who don't like the fact that Taiwi does not participate with everybody else in the community. And there were a number of people who were not present yesterday for that very and only reason. Is the fact that Taiwi does not reciprocate. It's about them, or it's not. They don't participate with others on the way that they should in order to draw others to their events. So there was a substantial part of the community that was missing yesterday because they have over the years had the experience with Taiwi. The Taiwi doesn't reciprocate. So that's my piece.
Interesting.
She said. Hey, but yo, to the market. Now I hear you. So we gonna have those conversations. Now I'm gonna do you like the people at the royal wedding with the royal wedding. CeeLo, now is not the time. But hey, that's a conversation.
I need to know when that meeting is.
Listen. Well, actually, because you gotta remember this. This is why I keep on saying the camping trips. You going on a camping trip? It's gonna be people there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because the whole piece is we got to set up environments outside the city where we can get all this shit off of all this stuff, all this job shit off our back for a couple of days, and sit down and really talk as family and friends.
Well, I'm gonna be there.
I know.
I've already scheduled my days off at work. So
I know. So that's the next weekend. It's coming up. And I don't know why I allowed them to put it this damn close to the Malcolm X Festival, because I'm still tired. But now, y'all was talking about a farmer's market, right? On the table where the Vita was, if you see the salad, this is a program that's that partnered up with my school called the Urban Gems, where the salads that was sold at the festival was vegetables, were mainly greens that are grown by our kids. So we actually have the mechanism to provide, not everybody in the community, but enough people that are interested with the healthy greens so that they could go on and get that African heritage diet started. So we do have the foundations to start a market. We do have a place to start the market. Of course, the ultimate goal is to purchase our own building, but at this point in time, until we have enough people participating, we have a space where we can operate that. Like I said, I'm just waiting for, let's put it together. The team is coming together to make this pop off. Because like I said, some people need a place to practice their business. You know what I'm saying? They need space. So as they need space, if they're willing to pay for a space and we have a reasonable price where people can come in once a month, and then as their business increase, they're going to demand for us to do it more than once a month. You know what I'm saying? The demand is going to cause that, and we could grow. And then on top of that, that organization, that group will be able to have the financial wherewithal to own one of those kaumbas that we're throwing that market to be able to do festivals. On the same, so people already coming on a monthly basis. You get people in the habit of something, and then when you throw a festival, it's extra. It's like, oh man, I didn't expect this. So hey, there's a method to the madness that I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, all right, but anybody else want to talk about the wedding? Anything else in the news? We got another school.
I ain't talking about no things. Yeah, but let's hear.
Go ahead.
I'm still geeked off the damn festival. I can't believe the success we had. I'm just so.
You need to start believing. I told you not to even worry about that.
Christine, you didn't get to hear the band at all, did you?
No. She I think her phone rang. I don't think she got to hear because she was inside and Chaka was performing inside. So we had the band going on one thing, and then on the inside, Shaka was performing.
Yeah, that was dope how that was set up too. So you could go back and forth. The response that I got from people is just was overwhelmingly positive, and I think next year it'll be even bigger and better.
All we gotta do is hold it together. Keep that Kwanzaa 365 rolling. Keep that idea rolling. Keep on building. You know what I'm saying?
Even if we didn't go, I know we're gonna have festivals in between time, but I would love to do some kind of fundraiser throughout the year for it.
See, this
like a GoFundMe page or something, and have a goal that we want to reach, and then take,
Because because I don't want, and we have to sit down and talk about this. Shouts out to Elder Darrell Green, but I don't want all of these holidays, all of these cultural stabilizing days to start separating into, in a sense, their own entities. Because I guess eventually gonna have to do that anyway. But I want to keep it at Kwanzaa 365. I want to keep it at Kwanzaa 365 so that we can constantly rate, because I want people to understand that it's bigger than just that Kwanzaa day. These days are an extension of Kwanzaa, and we're going to build up momentum so that during Kwanzaa we can have the largest and the best aspect of everything that we've been doing during those 7 days. You know what I'm saying? So when we start separating them, then we got eventually we got the Malcolm X Festival working separately from the Kwanzaa. And then we got the Marcus Garvey's working separate from Kwanzaa. We got Juneteenth working separate from Kwanzaa, when all that, in a sense, need to be put up under umbrella so that we can work it, and then the money, we can move the money through, because it's all up under that hashtag, Kwanzaa 365. Because like I said, the best talent that we had for the Malcolm X Festival should be invited to come to the next festival. And then the best talent from there should be invited to come and showcase at Kwanzaa. And we use all of these, we make it one. We got one continuous holiday where we come and we remind ourselves about our principles. You know what I'm saying? I know that's that might be a little bit big, but that's the whole idea behind throwing these cultural stabilizing events, to just remind us about the key centerpiece, that Kwanzaa 365, that living the Nguzo Saba piece. Brother Kwame is stepping up on the mic. What's up, Brother Kwame? What's going on, Brother Kwame?
It's all good. I'm just calling to listen. I don't have a voice right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Bub, go give me a water.
Good.
Oh, we good, man. We good. We talking about the possible future steps of what we did, because not that one. No. I went down in the basement. Don't be taking shortcuts on me. Enough. You go down there and get me a water, man. All right. So and we was talking about possibly building a market space. Because I got permission for that 2 years ago. Listen, I'm not playing, family. All this, I got permission for that 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's like doing that is something that's easy for us. If we wanted to, I ain't gonna say it's easy, but if we wanted to do that as a continuous piece and be able to invite people out once a month, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got young people that can work it and all that. So, I raise you too. I threw it out there. I raise you because I'm like, I'm ready. Because we need something on a regular basis.
Right.
And we basically got a headquarters. We basically got a location. We can go and build, family.
Right. We can.
So
Brother Kwame, I don't know how long you was there, but what was your highlight for the time you was there at the Malcolm X Festival yesterday?
Man, I love the sound of the children's voices. Man, that, I'm really proud of what we did. I'm really proud of what we did. Because we had children turn out in good numbers.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, and I ended up having 2 children. They volunteered to help out with the face painting because we had so many children wanted to have their face painted. We had a lot of children.
That's what's up there.
So we'll be ready next year to do the art gallery because I did have people asking me about wanting to purchase artwork. So next year we'll have some pieces. We're going to have a photography piece, and I had a couple of brothers who came and had their artwork, but since there wasn't any other, they didn't want to just be there by themselves. 2 other brothers, but next year I think it'll be, because of how successful the festival was, we'll have a bigger response for that, because people were asking me, like, where's the artwork? I'd like to see the artwork. I'd like to purchase a piece. So we definitely got to get that up and running, because I had people asking, and there was a brother, there was actually a Caucasian that came and purchased some artwork from some people that brought artwork.
Yeah, what I was wondering about in terms of, the brothers, the 2 brothers who did bring some artwork out. Yeah, it ain't like they can't get no play if people asking about art,
And that's why I said, y'all should have brought it on out and displayed it. Because I said, I'll find a place for it. They was like, that's all right, I'll just wait. But then when they seen the crowd, like one of the brothers, he's like, well, I'm really going to step my game up for next year because I'm going to have it all framed and ready to roll for next year because I see the kind of crowd y'all got here. So, yeah, it's going to get bigger and better, man.
Okay. And I want y'all, and remember.
Look, I'm not scared to say, in large part, because of the effort that you all put forth in getting that marketing piece together. I mean, y'all did a hell of a job. And, I ain't got nothing but praise for you.
Man, that was...
Praise to Malcolm X yesterday before we came in, during our morning libation, asking his blessings on us that day. And he came through for us. Our ancestors came through for us. And y'all in that marketing piece came through for us. And so, my glasses are off to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
He said his glasses is off.
The vegan dude, he came from Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the name of it. I was like, well, damn, that brother's from Cleveland.
I've had his food before. I didn't realize it today that he came from Cleveland.
He's one of the brothers I had to call. I mean, I just left a message. I never did talk with him directly.
Well, he came through and he sold out all his food.
See, hey, everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a majority of the vendors made money. I'm just saying, family,
if you come with some good product, people gonna buy it. And I mean, people was buying stuff, man. I mean, business was like, thank you for inviting me. I got my one sister was like, I'm about to go to Peru, and I done made me some money to help me go to my trip because I was broke before I got here. She poured out a wad of money. She was about to go to Lalabella's to celebrate.
You better keep that money in your pocket because I had them little young ones running around there. I'm glad they didn't see that. Man, but I'm just saying, it was a beautiful event. And like I said, we're going to get a little break, just a little break, and then we're going to get back and move into plan 2, plan 3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, moving it forward. What do we do with this energy? And then I want to say this about the marketing. I want you to understand that a lot of this was just basically Facebook. It was Facebook and texting. I mean, because a lot of people heard about it through our pages on Facebook and stuff like this. So we moved into a whole new era, man. A whole new era where we're going to be able to save a lot of money on marketing.
Yeah, the power of social media, man. The power of social media.
No, but I mean, when you think about it, though, because the amount of time that Navita put in on flyers alone.
Oh man.
You know, see, and that quote unquote didn't cost money per se, but it did cost some serious ass time.
Right.
And that's not to be neglected. You value our time, and so again, Sister Navita, man, you know, nothing but love for you, my sister.
Man, stop pumping up her head, man. Oh, dog, man. Sister Navita, the flowers was all right. You know, I'm just saying.
I don't.
But brother, I got you to help balance me out, right?
Yeah, I got to, man, because you know next year she be like, well, that's $999. What? I was with you when you started. You know what are you talking about? You know, but yeah, like I said, and every last one of those was posted up, and the piece that I'm simply stressing is that we're moving into a different era where, since everybody got cell phones, we need to maximize being able to reach those people. This is why I'm using that 300 number, and I'm sending texts, and a lot of pictures of what we've been doing is going to be going out on those texts, and we build the list so that when we have something going down, we can send out in one snap, boom, we can send it out, personalized message to each individual. I mean, it's incredible, family, and it's just like, yo, we're sitting on the cusp of a change, and God forbid, I don't even know what direction 5G is gonna take us in. You know what I'm saying? Five, huh?
Don't pay me no mind. I'm outside with my dog.
Oh, I have no idea what direction 5G is gonna take us in. So if we was able to do all this with what we got right now, I cannot wait to see when these networks start incorporating, because the way they're describing what's coming, what they're saying is that switching from 4G to 5G will be like switching from black and white TV to color TV. And it's coming faster than a lot of people know. Shouts out to my auntie Loretta. The festival was a success. You know what I'm saying? So we just sitting up here, we're talking about it a little bit. The band was amazing. The DJs were amazing. DJ O Sharp and DJ Kemet, they came through, they represented. You know, and rain or shine, they kept it going. So we had a couple of sprinkles, but we asked the ancestors to bless us, and I keep on telling y'all, we stop playing with this ancestor game, man, because these ancestors make stuff happen, because people kept telling me, we had 50% chance of rain, 56%, 75%, 96% of rain. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then I had heard that on the fringes of the city, I don't know if y'all knew this, on the fringes of the city, it was some bad storms. But then now we got that much. I heard it was bad storms for people driving into the city, and the storms missed us. Shouts out to the ancestors. Hey, man. I don't know what else to say. But I ain't gonna belabor the point unless y'all got other stuff y'all want to discuss. But we're gonna have a meeting this Thursday. Then we're gonna have an open meeting to discuss some stuff about some next steps. And I'm gonna have to go back and find my music, since my daughter's done tore my. Couldn't even do the water song this morning, Kwame. Sasha got on here and raced. I don't know what I can't even find the water song. So I got to go through all my stuff and find the water song.
Or else you have to do it a cappella.
I'm not an acapella dude, man. I need my accompanying band. I need the band. You know what I'm saying? I you know. But if I have to, that's what I'm gonna do. But all right, family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like and share. You know, let people know that Malcolm X Festival was a success. I need to get some sleep, because we got a camping trip coming up. I'm gonna have to go and do this inventory. Make sure we got what we need. get the set prices and get these flyers out. So with that, family, I'm going to bid you adieu. And we are, and as Kwame would say if he had a full voice, one love. All right, YouTube, we out.